Selective hearing.
Something we hear Jesus saying a lot in the Bible is, he who has ears to hear, let them hear. What does this mean? Okay, so have you ever been talking to someone and you can tell they're like totally not listening to you, and their eyes are glazed over and you're like, hey, I'm trying to say something. Or you say something and then the response is like totally not responding to what you were trying to say. Maybe they were having like what people call selective hearing. They were hearing something else that you weren't trying to communicate. So I think this is what's happening with Jesus. Like, he is communicating things, but he communicates, he says, through parables, because they require a little bit more attention to decipher and understand. So after he teaches parables and kind of mysteries and allegories or metaphors, we have a choice to not just like be like, oh, that was weird, and move on. Like, I don't get it. So we have a chance to lean in and be like, what could this mean? What is he teaching about? He's saying, after he teaches the parables, he says, he who has ears to hear, let them hear. Or he who wants to hear what I'm saying, hear it, like understand it, lean in, consider what am I saying? Okay, so in Mark chapter 4, in verse 24, he says, then Jesus said to them, be diligent to understand the meaning behind everything you hear, for as you do, more understanding will be given to you. And according to the depth of your longing to understand, much more will be added to you. For those who listen with open hearts will receive more revelation, but those who don't listen with open hearts will lose what little they think they have. So let's talk about like conversations with, close relationships, right? If I'm close to someone, but I don't agree with what they're saying, I can choose to be prideful and be like, well, I don't agree with that, you're wrong. Or because I know this person, I'm like, okay, well, I love you and I know how you are. So like, let me humble myself and my opinion, what I think you're saying based on my judgments and my perspectives, and let me actually hear your heart behind it. Like, why are you saying this? We don't ask why, we just assume, and that's what puts wedges in between relationships. And that's what happens with Jesus. People get so offended at the word of God, at something that they're perceiving incorrectly because they think they know the heart behind it when they don't. And Jesus is looking for a people that asks why, doesn't just assume the worst and walks away in offense.